I'm Amanda of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my craft room. In today's video we're going to be making this little rucksack. It's a gift bag or a gift box. It's got some cute handles at the back and it opens with a magnet and a ribbon fastening as well. So let's turn the camera around and get crafting. I have all of the pieces of card and paper we're going to be using. If you don't catch the measurements as I'm saying them, don't worry. You scroll down either on YouTube or on my blog and all the measurements will be detailed out there for you. So yeah, don't worry that you're not going to get the measurements. So for the straps of the rucksack, this is crumb cake card. It's 1/2 inch by about 6.5 inches. It depends how you want to style the straps, so you'll see how I work with those. I've got some of these antique corner and slide elements. I'm actually going to be using one of these, which is like a little buckle. These pieces are really pretty. They're like photo corners and they would work as well, just to decorate the rucksack. The cardstock piece is Misty Moonlight, and this is 10 inches by 5.5. And then we're going to have a piece of patterned paper. I'm going to be using this one, which is 6 inches by 3.5. Now, I brought these in just to show you. This is the paper pack that comes in a colour family, and this is obviously the in colours 2020 to 2022. So this is the Just Jade version. It's a 6x6 and there are 2 designs and two patterns, but they're double-sided. So you've got the spots with this like fabric texture, and then you've also got like a wood grain effect and some text on it as well. So this is text in lots of languages, and the translation, so you can actually see it in English, it's to love what we do and share what we love, and it's translated across. That's the one of the Stampin' Up logos or sayings, so that's why the text is there. But I'm going to be using the spots today. So we're going to take this piece, which is the 10-inch piece, and we're going to score it at 3.5, 4 3/4, 8 1/4, and 9.5. And then I'm going to turn it so the 5.5 is at the top, and I'm going to score it at 4.5. So this is going to be the base. So that's all the scoring. And now what I'm going to do is just burnish all of these score lines. Using a bone folder to reinforce the score lines is a really good thing to do on any box or bag, anything that has structure, because it just makes everything lie flat. Yeah. So I'm going to cut this little section out here. We don't need that. And then we're going to cut up from the base to the crossroads of the score line, like so. And then the 2 smaller rectangles, I'm just going to cut a tiny triangular sliver off those, just to help the box actually fold. And it's something that you'll see me do on all sort of boxes and bags. It just helps it sit neatly. Okay. So I'm going to fold this over. So we've got the tiny score line, and that's going to be the gluing strip. So I'm going to fold it flat and put glue along there, and then fold that in. And this is a really neat trick with all boxes. It just means then that you know it's going to be nice and straight and lined up. Okay, so that's how quick making that box is. But what we are going to do is we're now going to make the base part, and then we're going to put the fastening on before we put the flap over the top. So where the glue line is, that's going to be the back. So I'm going to fold these two pieces down first and put glue on those. Then I'm going to fold this piece down, and you can see that it's not going to quite come to this edge. So I'm going to put glue there and here, so that and along that edge there, so I know that it's going to, the glue's not going to come out on this side. And then I'm just going to put my hand inside and press it from both edges, and it will just then seal well. Okay, so in order to give the rucksack a little bit of dimension, I'm going to press this in like this and squeeze it. And I'm not going to squeeze it all the way down, because I want it to kind of be square at the base, but to have this kind of gathered look at the top. And I'm going to punch a couple of holes to put some ribbon through. Actually, I'm going to use the bigger punch. Just make it easier to put the ribbon through. Okay, now we've got some Misty Moonlight ribbon. This is called just called In Colour ribbon. It's like a herringbone pattern, really soft, very lovely. So let's see, we'll go this way. Ooh. Okay, so I'm just going to tie this up. And I don't want too much ribbon hanging down, because it'll sort of show underneath the rucksack lid. That's not going to tie properly. Let's try that again, shall we? Always the same, you're on camera and it doesn't want to tie properly. Alright, there we go. So I'm just going to trim that fairly short. Maybe a bit shorter than that actually. Move that ribbon out of the way. Okay, so now this piece is going to be the flap for the rucksack, and it's going to go over the top like so. Now you can leave it with square edges, but I quite like it with a curved edge. So I've got this lovely multi-purpose punch, and it does corner rounding. So just make sure that your cardstock is really pressed in really well. And then what I'm going to do is use my bone folder and my thumb and just curve this a little bit. It just really helps it to sit nicely over the bag. Now obviously we're going to have a magnet here as well, but if you can give it a little bit of help, that works really well. So next I'm going to get one of these slides, and you can just thread the ribbon through like this, and actually I think that is what I'm going to do. You can thread it through and just sort of leave a little strip. So what I'm going to do is cut that at an angle. Ooh. attach it just there. I'm just going to get a little bit of tape. Now this tape is probably going to be a bit big, so I'm going to have to fold it. So if you just rub the tape over, the tape liner will then come off, and then you can see where I've got little bits of glue tape that are sort of overlapping on the ribbon. I'm just going to fold it. I hope I'll be able to zoom in a bit so you'll be able to see. But I'm just going to fold it so you can't actually see the glue sticking out. So that is going to go just there. I'm going to be using the tape on the back of this as well. Normally I would use Tombow for 3D projects like this, but because the bag is kind of shaped, what I want to do is put the tape down, and I won't be able to hold it very easily. So let's do that. So 3 strips, and then that is going to go on here. And I'm just lining it up, just positioning it to see where I want the rucksack flap. I suppose flap is the best word. I'm trying to work out what to call it, but yeah, it's the bag opening flap. So that's good. So that's going to go there. I'm just going to lift off the tape. And pop that down. And then that is going to sit here. So now we've got to put the magnets on, and you can put the magnets on the inside of the bag if you want to. I tend to leave them on the outside. I've got these neodymium magnets. I can't say the word. They are earth magnets, and they are super strong. They're very fragile. These ones are 8mm by 0.5 millimeter, so they're really thin. You can buy them from lots of different places. I tend to get mine from that online auction site. If you're in the UK, I will put a link there so you can actually see where I get them from. But if you're elsewhere in the world, then you'll be able to get them in lots of different places. Like I said, they are really strong. So all I do is I get a glue dot, and sometimes even 2 glue dots. I've got one stuck to my thumb. There. And so I decide where it's going to go, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to position it just under where that buckle is, and then I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on there, and then I'm just positioning it so there is a little bit of a curve, making sure it's lined up, and pop it down. And then you will just, famous last words, it will stick. I'm saying famous last words, it is not going to do that. Hang on. Let me just stick it down. It's because the box, yeah, it's not going to work with the ribbon tied. So let me just put my finger inside there. There we go. Yeah, now it's stuck. Okay, So I'm just going to give that a really good press now. It's really well stuck. Now tie the ribbon. So, just to kind of clarify that, what I suggest you do, because I didn't want the ribbon to be showing on this side, make your holes and thread your ribbon through, but wait to fasten it until you've got your magnet down. But now that just snaps in really, really well. Okay, so for the back, the handles, you can have a lot of fun with this. You can obviously use ribbon, but I'm going to use cardstock. So I'm just curving it. I'm just running, so my bone folder and my thumb. And then what I'm actually going to do is stick them on so they go here and then come down. And I'll bring them down at an angle. Again, I am going to use a little bit of tape for this, just so that I know once I've stuck it, it's going to grab and grab well. So the tape on this side is on the top. And I'm going to position it so it is just there, just above where the patterned paper is. Ooh. So again, just above where the patterned paper is. And then you can, you know, bring them straight down. I think it looks nice if you bring them in just a little bit. Or you can put them out here on the edges. So actually, I think on this one, I'm going to put them here outside on the edges. So I'm just going to put a little bit more tape on. On the inside there. So I did say the measurements of these. These are 1/2 inch by 6.5. But like I said, you can play around with it a lot. It will be really nice with different patterns or ribbon. Some of the linen ribbons or twines would look really nice as well. This tape liner does not want to come off today. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. So I am just going to put these kind of at a jaunty angle here. And here. There we go. Okay, so let's just pop that down as well. Pop that out. So the snap works. There we go. So there we have our finished mini rucksack. Obviously it's double fastened, so you've got your magnet, but also you've got the ribbon in there as well. Cute little handles on the back. I hope you've enjoyed today's project, making a mini rucksack. All of the measurements are available if you just scroll down, whether you're on YouTube or on my blog. And also all of the items that you've seen me using today are available in my online store, and you'll find the links below as well. Do subscribe to both my YouTube channel and my blog, which is www.inspiringinkin.com. If you are subscribing on YouTube, make sure you click the little bell. That will make sure that you get a notification when I've got some new projects to share with you. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.